Hey everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how super quick and easy it is to install SuperATV's rear high clearance A-arms on this Maverick Sport. So let's jump right in. The first thing we're going to do is remove both rear wheels and tires. Then we're going to go ahead and remove our cotter pin from our castle nut, then our castle nut. We'll grab our 30mm. Once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and disconnect the brake caliper. And then, if you've never taken off your factory A-arms before, you're going to have two rivets holding your brake lines on. You'll want to go ahead and drill those out. We've had our A-arms off before, so we just have two screws holding our brake lines on, so we'll go ahead and remove those and then move our caliper out of the way. And we'll go ahead and remove our hub. Set it aside for the time being. We'll go ahead and disconnect our upper A-arm from our knuckle. And then we'll remove the hardware from our lower A-arm. We'll remove the lower A-arm bolts here where they attach to the knuckle. And then the upper. Just go ahead and remove our knuckle from the machine. And we'll grab our 18mm socket and 18mm wrench. Disconnect our shock from our lower A-arm. And we'll go ahead and remove the hardware. Just have to pick up on the lower A-arm a little bit. We'll grab a strap. We'll tie our shock up out of the way. And we can flip our caliper out here to the outside. Let it hang for now. We'll go ahead and remove the upper A-arm. And then I don't like to let my axle hang whenever I'm removing my A-arm, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the axle from the machine. That's just going to keep the boot from getting creased. Once the boot gets creased, it's prone to tear, so we'll just go ahead and remove it. Then our sway bar linkage, we'll go ahead and remove that as well off the lower A-arm. We'll go ahead and remove our nut and grab a hold of the lower A-arm pickup, remove our bolt. Our A-arm will drop down. We'll go ahead and start removing the lower A-arm from the frame. So next we're going to grab our lower A-arm. We're working on the passenger side, so we want to make sure that if you're working on the driver's side, you grab the right A-arm. The easiest way to do that is just lay it up to your factory ones. They'll have the same kind of bends and the shock placement as well as the sway bar link placement. And we'll go ahead and cut the zip ties off of our bushings here and grab our factory bolts. We'll slide the A-arm into place. We'll slide our bolts through. Go ahead and start our nuts on the bolts here. Then we're going to go ahead and grab two of our grease zerks out of the hardware kit and thread them into each of the pivot blocks on the lower A-arm. And we'll just go ahead and fully tighten them. So next we're going to go ahead and grab our upper A-arm. We'll cut our zip tie off of the bushings here. Grab our factory bolt. Get it lined up, just like that. And we'll go ahead and start our nut. And we'll grab one of our grease zerks, thread it into the A-arm. We'll go ahead and fully tighten it. Then we'll go ahead and grab our brake line clips, slide them onto the brake line. There'll be two per side. Let's go ahead and line the clip up with the threaded hole in the A-arm. We'll do that same exact step for this threaded hole right here. And we'll go ahead and tighten our hardware up for our brake line clips. Then we're going to go ahead and pull our upper A-arm out of the way. And we're going to go ahead and reinstall our axle. Make sure it's fully seated in there. We'll go ahead and grab our knuckle and slide it onto the axle. And we're going to attach it to our upper A-arm. So we'll slide it into place. We'll pick up on our upper A-arm. And we'll take our provided M10 by 155 millimeter bolt. Slide it through the knuckle and the A-arm. You want to make sure that the head of your bolt is on the back side of the A-arm, just like ours is. We'll go ahead and we'll start our nut. And we'll grab a hold of our lower A-arm. And we'll line it up with our knuckle. As we're doing this, we want to make sure that our sway bar lines up with the pocket on the A-arm. Once we have everything lined up, we'll go ahead, stick our factory hardware down here where the lower A-arm connects to the knuckle. And once we have our hardware started through our knuckle, we'll just go ahead and start our nuts onto each of our bolts. Then we'll grab the provided M12 bolt out of the hardware kit. We're going to secure our sway bar link to our A-arm. Then we'll go ahead and install our shock to our lower A-arm. Then we're going to go through, fully tighten all of our hardware. Then we'll go ahead and grab our hub, slide it onto the axle. Make sure we reinstall our washer, whether it's your factory washer for your factory axle or an aftermarket axle. And we'll go ahead and tighten up our castle nut until our cotter pin hole is exposed. We'll go ahead and reinstall our cotter pin. Or get a new one if yours is worn out or you broke it removing it. We'll go ahead and grab a hold of our brake caliper, slide it back onto the rotor, get it lined back up. We'll go ahead and reinstall our brake caliper bolts. Go through, make sure your hardware is fully tightened, and repeat all the same steps for the opposite side. Then you'll want to go ahead and reinstall your wheel and tire. And there you have it. That's how super quick and easy it is to install SuperATV's rear A-arms on this Can-Am Maverick Sport. For more information on these A-arms or any of SuperATV's great products, feel free to give us a call at 855-743-3427 or check us out online at superatv.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.